Hey welcome. Today we'll be building the Skyware Castle. The Skyware Castle is a build focused around a floating island slash castle building theme, and it is an NPC housing slash player base type build. The building time was roughly 11 hours total. Wow. This build has been a wild journey for me this whole video. I started working on this weeks ago, and when I realized that it'd take a lot longer than I had expected, I ended up pushing it off for a while. Fast forward a couple weeks, and I've learned a lot. I've gotten a bunch of ideas and got really excited to work on this again. It still took me a lot longer than I had expected to finish it, but I don't know, I believe it was just so worth it. I was building this with the idea of using a few blocks I don't normally build with, as well as trying out some new styles. Mods and stuff I'll be using to build and record. I'll be using Cheat Sheet and Heroes Mod. Both are available on Tmodloader. I'll also be using T-Edit to add extra details and whatnot off camera. If you guys enjoyed this video, you might enjoy some other things we've got on the channel, so make sure to check that out. I would really appreciate it. I'd also really appreciate it if you guys would consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. It would really help me out. Alright, let's go. Alright, so when I started out this build, the first thing I wanted to do was basically the island. I knew in my head I wanted to have a couple of pillars, kind of like castle towers, and I was just gonna work on filling in the space in between. Once I finished up the basics of the island, so the decor, the greenery and everything, I started working on the towers that I was talking about before. I wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to do. I wanted to really just kind of try out different colors and styles I don't normally build with, which was super fun. But as I started moving forward and going through it, I kept running into these kind of creative stumps because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and it proved to be a pretty challenging build for a while. Once I got the basic layout that I was hoping for, I started running into this problem where I didn't know where I was going, and I tried quite a few ideas. You can see it right here. I was messing around with the idea of a tower in the middle, and I started building in the rest of the build, and the rooms were going to be huge. There were going to be maybe 3 rooms, and I wasn't liking how it was looking symmetrical, and I ended up putting off the build for a while and came back to it in a later time. Once I got the basic layout of the build done, that is when I really started having fun. I started doing a lot of things that I was familiar with, but also trying out new ideas and styles that I don't normally do. I had a lot of fun putting it together, messing around with the decor, messing around with the colors, the patterns, the textures. It was a really fun experience, and I was trying to stick to a certain pattern, so using one set of blocks for each floor, and then the same with the roof, the ceiling, the walls, and tried to have a bit of a rhythm going. As I started going in more, I was kind of getting prepared to work on the wall because I basically finished up the build. All I had left to do at this point was the roof, the tower, whatever, so there wasn't too much going on besides the wall. I dreaded doing the wall at first because I didn't have a clue what I wanted to do, and I had to really do a lot of trial and error, figure out what I liked, what I didn't like, what would look better. I could have spent another hour on the build working on the walls, but I just didn't have that time and that inspiration at that point. I really wanted to move on because I think it looked good as it is, and I'm fine with how it turned out. So messing around with the decor was super fun. You can see right here, I just zoomed by that. Whoa! What ended up happening is I spent a good hour or two working on this whole area, and it ended up crashing. I took a screenshot from recording, I went back in, and I recreated it so it went by a lot faster. So now we're getting on to the top of the build. I loved working on this. I really think that it tied together the whole build and just gave it a really good vibe at the end, so this is definitely one of my favorite parts of this build. So at this point, we are pretty much complete. There isn't too much to do except for the foliage. I haven't actually done a tree in a while, so this is my first tree that I've done in a couple or a few weeks, which was kind of weird at first, but I forgot how much I love doing trees. They're just so rewarding and so beautiful and natural, and I think it came out pretty good, and it was just a good tie to pull the whole build together. This video was a lot of work, but it totally paid off. I hope y'all enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed putting this together. I don't tend to spend this much time with builds this size, since they usually come with a huge time crunch where I just don't have as much time as I'd like to spend on them. So this time I decided it was worth it, breaking my habits a bit and just doing something special. I would love to hear what your favorite part of this video was, and if any of you have got suggestions for future videos. This build has been extremely fulfilling, and I hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks for watching, have an awesome week, and stay inspired. I will see you all next time. Peace.